Hi guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Jonathan Garcia. In today's video, we're going to be going over the Titan Fitness Reverse Hyper. This thing is absolutely massive, especially if you're thinking about having it in a garage gym. We're going to be doing a deep dive on the price, the build quality, and of course the exercises that you can do on it. Stay tuned to find out if it's really worth having in your garage. All right, now, so coming along, getting a better look at the machine, this thing is a behemoth. It takes a lot of floor space in the garage. I've got it kind of tucked in as close to the door as possible. Just my current layout, this is the only space that it could possibly fit, and it barely just fits here. This is the strap that Titan includes with the actual machine. That's really nice. Nothing super fancy here, no thick padding on it. It's quite thin, but it gets the job done. Just attaches right here with little, see that right there? Just little circle rings there. Nothing super fancy here. It does not come with clamps, so I do use some clamps on the side. I have had weight kind of slide off, so I greatly recommend you use clamps when doing this here. Check that out. I like that, you know, you don't really, there's no necessity to have the holes here, but I do like that they have that there, just kind of match on the arms, and we'll go over that in just a second. Aesthetically, this thing is really nicely put together. The welds are really nice on this. They do actually put a little bit of grip tape right here, which is nice. Mine's a little worn because I've had it for a little while. But it's nice that they include that instead of a smooth surface, because if this was a smooth surface, you would definitely want to be adding some grip tape on there. I was actually fortunate enough to pick this up on Facebook Marketplace for just 100 bucks. The guy was actually moving and he wanted to go ahead and get rid of this, and he sold it to me for dirt cheap. This thing was an absolute behemoth. It weighs 250 pounds just by itself, no weight on there. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to adjust the actual length of the grips here. That's gonna give you a little bit more versatility, so you can actually, obviously, adjust it to you. Titan is very famous for, or they really like their little push pins here. So just take this out here. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Pull this pin out, and then as you can see, you can actually just grab the handle and slide it forwards or backwards. That's really nice to have as much versatility with a big machine like this, so that way you can obviously, different people with different torso sizes, arm sizes, things like that, arm lengths, they can go ahead and make that adjustment. I want to come on this side and talk about a few things, namely the handles. The handles are plastic, but they can tend to kind of come out. This right here, I thought about putting some glue on there and then shoving them in, but I kind of didn't want to mess with that. So these handles do slide out sometimes. It's not that big a deal, but it can be a little distracting when you've got some weight on there and you're on your 10th rep or whatnot, and these are kind of slowly sliding up. So that'd be something really nice for Titan to maybe fix in the future. So first and foremost, first thing I want to get into, how absolutely massive this thing is. It's been sitting in this corner of the gym just because, obviously, it's so big, it really just eats up so much space. And with the arms being so far out, it even eats up more space. So it is not a machine or piece of equipment that's compact at all. This thing is gonna be eating a lot of gym space. And that in the garage gym is gonna be something that everyone is lacking. And then obviously the pendulum swings out even further, so it's not something you can kind of box in a corner. And this thing, I tell you, is absolutely massive. It is. like Superman or something swinging on this thing sometimes. But please take that into consideration. Not only the height and the length and weight, but also the extra that it's gonna swing out. You have to kind of accommodate for that as well. So I wanted to hop on here real quick and kind of do a full demonstration on exactly how you get in this thing. So you put your feet in between, and then for us shorter guys, you're gonna have to use the steps on the side. Once you're secured in and feel a comfortable position there on your stomach, grab the handles, and you want to kind of swing your feet back, full control, and kind of lift your upper body up. That's going to give you maximum tension right here on the lower back. A lot of people feel this in the glutes and hammies, but I've never really felt, any soreness there, just on that lower back. The next thing I wanted to touch on was the pad. Now the pad is, as you can see, flat on one side and then curved. That makes it a little bit easy kind of to lean around. The pad is very firm, very, very, very firm. It's not soft at all. For some people who've come over and worked out with me, said the pad hurt their stomach. I don't know if it was a positioning thing or just maybe they had a very long torso, but for me, I've never felt super, super uncomfortable doing the thing. Definitely not a comfortable movement, but I never felt uncomfortable doing the exercise where I didn't want to do it anymore because of pain. Here's a good shot of what it looks like underneath. So I'll come periodically and kind of hit this up with a little bit of grease, doing my maintenance that I normally do every Sunday on my machines, just to keep everything lubed up, running smoothly. And this is what it looks like underneath the pad there. Not rocket science, not reinventing the wheel. This is, I know, just a copy of another copy of a machine, but much cheaper option, or was a much cheaper option than other ones that were out. This machine has definitely grown in popularity, namely for powerlifters, and I've seen some CrossFitters kind of get interested in doing this. Good for the lower back, both for injury prevention, kind of warming up the lower back, and then obviously, in my case, when I was injured, this helped me kind of get back on track. So, like I was mentioning earlier in the video, I actually picked this up for $100, right the same week that I picked up the Squat Max MD. I had really hurt my lower back doing a simple warm-up squat here in the gym. So my buddy recommended getting one of these as something to kind of help me warm up my lower back on both the squats and bench, so I could kind of avoid, any injury going into those days to where maybe I just felt a little extra tight. I saw some kind of utility having this in the gym, but it wasn't something I felt like I was doing all the time. It was kind of like, it was $100 and I was like, well, why not? You know what I mean? Would I have bought this again, or would I have bought it, me personally, at full retail? I don't think I would have. This takes up so much space in a garage gym, and the problem with that, and for me, my number one rule in any piece of equipment that I bring into the garage, I've got to do at least 2 exercises on it to justify eating the square footage. So I'm working with a standard 2-car garage, like most of you guys will be. And again, with retailing almost at $800, me personally, I would say if you do want a reverse hyper, whether it be the Rogue one or this one or any other one, definitely check Facebook Marketplace. In my personal opinion, as good as the build quality is on this thing, I really don't think that it's worth $800 retail. And then if you go to, I don't know how much the Rogue one is or the other ones are, but I've seen them go for upwards to $1,000 or more. And I think it's just not worth that. I think that there's different exercises you can do, namely RDLs, good mornings, things like that will help kind of strengthen that lower back. As far as warming up the lower back, I think this thing is really kind of the king for that, of doing that movement for you. But again, eating up so much real estate in the gym, I just don't think that the use balances the cost and vice versa, or even just the square footage again that it eats in the gym, because a garage gym is very, very limited on space, and I've probably got way more in here than what I need to have. But again, I almost like to have a little bit extra. It makes me feel like I'm in a legit commercial gym, and I love that. I just love that walking in here, you know, all the equipment just feels legit, and it just makes me feel right at home, and I absolutely love it. Owning a garage gym with legit equipment in there has always been a lifelong dream of mine. And every time I come in here, and I have people come in here, which is seldom, but when they get to work out, they say, man, this feels like a real gym. You should charge memberships. But that's neither here nor there. If you're, my complete honest opinion on this, if you are looking to get one, check Facebook Marketplace. Do not buy one brand new, because someone is probably going to be selling it for the same reason that I'm talking about right now. It is absolutely massive, and you can really only do one exercise on it. And that just doesn't justify the cost or the square footage, namely cost going brand new. So again, guys, check Facebook Marketplace. You're gonna get lucky. You just gotta check every single day, check often, and you'll probably find, even if you have to drive a little bit out of your city or out of your town, whatever the case may be, find an amazing deal. So many of the pieces that I have now in my gym are just from Facebook Marketplace at amazing deals that would have cost me even more thousands of dollars than I already have invested in here if I went brand new. And that's just my 2 cents on that. All right, guys, so this has been another episode of Jonathan Reviews Gym Stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate y'all. I've got a couple exciting reviews coming up, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. I'm Jonathan, and this is Jace, and we'll see you in the next video.